Hello everybody and welcome. I hope you're well. Well, today we're going to talk about the colon and we're going to talk about some of the most common problems in the colon. We're going to talk about diverticulitis, polyps, IBS, and cancer in the colon. But first, we need to understand, like I always say to you, is that we need to see what is that organ for. What's the use for that organ? So let's say the eyes, if we have issues in our eyes, the eyes are to see. So when we have issues in our eyes, we always have to find that thing that we saw that was awful, terrible, that we don't want to see anymore. Or what is it that we don't want to see? Some people have issues in their eyes because the life that they are living, it's hard for them to see. So they start losing sight because the life that is around them is not nice to see. So they start losing their eyesight. So in one of my videos that I did about the stomach and the esophagus, which I'm gonna leave it right here for you, I talk about how the process of digestion is, the digestion system works. So if we grab a piece of something to eat, we just have to put it in our mouths, we have to start chewing, we have to make it a smaller so then we can swallow it. So when we have issues, let's say here in the trachea, we always have to find those problems that we swallow. But I didn't want to do it. It was that situation that was awful and I had to swallow it, but I didn't want to do that. But when it keeps going down, the stomach, when it gets there, is no way out. So when we have this terrible situation around us, maybe it's our job, maybe it's our partner, every day I'm living that same situation and it's so hard for me to leave that, and it's hard for me to digest that every day I have to go through this. That's when, for example, gastritis comes in, because it's those little issues daily that I have to digest and I refuse to do it. That's why sometimes you may eat something and it just doesn't suit you well, and then you throw up because you don't want that toxicity that it's been around you, that situation or that person around you, and you don't want to make it yours, so you just throw it up. Now, what happens is after it goes to the stomach, it has to be digested. Once it's in the stomach, it has to be digested. And after that, it has to go to the colon. And when it gets there, it has to be eliminated. That's how it is. So when we have a problem in the colon, we have an issue with something dirty, something low, something disgraceful sometimes, and something really, really, really dirty that has happened to us, that somebody maybe has done to us, or maybe we feel that somebody has done something really low and wasn't expected. Normally this is being seen because that person maybe wasn't even loyal, and then we see it even worse because you never expected from that person to do that. So when we have issues with the colon, we need to look for those, something dirty, something low that I am struggling to eliminate, that I'm struggling to let go of that because I'm still maybe resentful and maybe still in shock about what just happened to me, and I just refuse to let go and eliminate it. But also we need to see what part of the colon that problem is. So let's say if this is in the ascending colon, we need to look for an issue with somebody ascending on us, like somebody with a hierarchy that we have. That could be our parents, that could be my boss, that could be the government, That could be somebody in a higher hierarchy of mind. Now, if we talk about the descendant column, now we're talking about our descendation, we're talking about our children, somebody under us. But oh, be careful, because it doesn't have to be a biological child. It could be your niece or your nephew that you have been raising them as your children, and you actually look up to them and all of that. So that could be an issue with them. Now, if it's the transverse colon, then we're talking about a conflict that it's been lived with a collateral. And what we call a collateral, that could be my brother, my sister, my neighbors, my friend, my partner, somebody in the same level of jerky of mind. That could be also a work colleague, but it has to have the same level of jerky. Now, what happens is, if we have diverticulitis, now we have an issue that it's been lived in a very dirty way, let's say. But the person with diverticulitis is living in an environment which is turning them crazy, where they feel a lot of pressure from the people that are around them. This happens a lot to elderly people, where they are getting older. They sometimes cannot do stuff for themselves, and so they family comes over, they take over, and it's a crazy environment around them, and everybody is putting pressure on this person, and this person sometimes feels they want to escape that life. But also with diverticulitis, we need to look for those stories, those dirty, ugly stories in the family, those kind of secrets that are being putting under the carpet, and then people don't want to talk about it. So if I feel that in my life maybe it was a lot of ugly stuff that happened, dirty stuff, repulsive stuff that happened, and I want to put it under the carpet, that's why you may have to look if you have diverticulitis. Now, if you have polyps, when we talk about polyps, we're talking about those little niddly dirty stuff that I don't know how to get it out, but I want to, but I don't feel capable. There's those little crap, I'm gonna use that word, little craps that people been doing to me daily maybe, and those little things that I feel that I needed to get them out, I need to let go, I need to eliminate, but I don't feel capable. Maybe because of your beliefs and your ideas of how life should be, those are stopping you from letting go. Because I had a case, I remember, with a lady which she had polyps, but in the descendant colon, and she had a lot of little ugly stuff that she felt her kids were doing to her. But unfortunately, because of her beliefs, and most of us believes as parents, we need to take care of our children, doesn't matter what they do to us. So that was for her to let go of all those little ugly things that her children's were doing to her. Now, then when we have IBS, now when people have IBS is because they have a very dominant person around them, or is a job that it's very dominated, and the people with IBS feels this constantly, daily. They feel under pressure, but also dominated in a very deep way, where every day they feel like people around them are doing dirty stuff to them. They're doing low stuff to them, and it's hard for them to eliminate, and this creates this anger, this repulsion sometimes, where it's very, very hard for them. So it doesn't matter what they eat, they say, it always doesn't do good to them, because they need to look of what environment they're living and how they feel in that environment, and look always for that dominating person around them. Now, when we talk about colon cancer, now we have to find a big dirty thing that somebody done to me, something really low, something really unexpected, maybe a betrayal. And I remember I had a case with colon cancer where this person had a partner, a business partner, and he did something really dirty to this person, leaving him in the street with nothing. It was a complete betrayal, something unexpected, something dirty and low. That's how he lived that. And he had deep issues to let go. And not just that, he created then another couple of diseases around him because of these emotions of being unable to let go. And sometimes let go means forgive. And he wasn't able to forgive this person because what he's done put his family at risk, the family security and financial security at risk. So that was for him very, very difficult to forgive. So for him, this had created a colon cancer. Now, when we have issues with our colon, we always have to look for our family tree and see if we have any person in the family that has come from another country. And for that person, maybe it was difficult to assimilate this new culture, this new country, the new language also. For this person, maybe it was very difficult to mark a territory in this new land that they were in. So we always have to look for those always, because normally we come with a long line of people which are always struggling to mark their territory, to set up a territory. So then they have issues where they feel always betrayal for other people around, those dirty, ugly things that people do to them. And also I have a video which I'm gonna leave you here about the vocabulary, where you know when somebody has colon issues of the way they talk. They will use words like I'm sorry, but shit, crap, betrayal. Also, they leave always stories about unfaithfulness that somebody does to them. Always somebody does something bad to them, and then they have issues normally with the colon. I hope this video has helped you, and I'll see you next time. Take care and bye-bye.